Hello there. My name is Marcel, and I would like to talk today about the full moon that is coming up on the 12th of April. Depending on where you are in the world, if you're in South Africa, it's happening on the 13th, or the southern hemisphere. So, this is an intense full moon because it's happening on the same point of the eclipse that happened in September in 2023. That was a very difficult moment in history that affected all of us. So, this full moon is happening on that exact point, which means it holds intensity. There is a theme from that period that has the potential to reveal itself. So, it's helpful to reflect back to that time, what was going on for you. So, there's more to the mix, of course, that makes this a uncomfortable full moon. But also keeping in mind that discomfort is often what is needed in order for growth or resolution to happen. And because a full moon is generally a period of culmination, of things coming into its fullness, there's something here that is wanting to be revealed in order to close out. So the moon is in Libra at 23 degrees. It's helpful to look in your chart to see which house that is happening. If you're not familiar with the house system, reach out to me. I do offer natal chart readings. We can go deeper into it, especially if it is around the theme of this new moon, this full moon. The sun is in opposition to the new moon, also at 23 degrees in Aries. However, the sun is in an exact conjunction with Chiron. Chiron is the wound, it's the wounded healer. So when we have these two coming together, there can be a wound, a deep wound that has been triggered. Now, what adds to this is that we've got Venus, which is turning direct, stationing direct on the exact day in Pisces, which is a good thing because it's exalted in Pisces. It's stationing direct, however, it's in a conjunction with Saturn. So the thing with Venus and direction, when it stations direct and it's just come out of a retrograde, it doesn't immediately start moving forward. It sort of hovers around that point for some time, potentially till the end of April. It's going to be hovering around Saturn. So what's interesting is Venus is the ruler, one of the rulers of, is the ruler of the full moon, because the full moon is in Libra and Venus is in rulership in Libra. So there is something good that is coming out of this, in that it has to do with clarifying what our aesthetics are and the foundations that we want to create out of that. Now, the tension between the moon in Libra and the sun in Chiron, sorry, in Aries, in a conjunction with Chiron, it's the tension between the we versus the I. And when it's in Aries, the sun, it's all about identity, being out there in the world. It's about initiation. And depending on, again, where it lies in your chart, determines the area that will be experiencing tension. So Chiron has been moving through that area of your chart for some time. So every time it comes into aspect with something in your chart, that wound is ignited, depending on the area of your chart. So with the tension between the I in Aries and the moon in Libra, the we, with that Venus moving forward, there may be things that we are letting go of, but there is a structure around that is required first. Venus is about the heart, it's about a sense of aesthetics, but it's also one of the signifiers of money, finances. So with Saturn there's something that you've been working at for some time. Because it's been retrograde, you've been really re-examining, you've gone into the depths with whatever area of your chart that Venus is moving through and has been retrograding through. There's been an exploration and a consideration around the themes of love, harmony, beauty, but also money. So when it gets to Saturn, there is a new container that's needing to be created once it starts moving forward, a container that is sustainable. And so it may bring up those themes of I versus them and looking at what no longer serves and what is needing to be released. So we also have Mars, which is in Cancer, and it's been there for a very long time. The last time that it was in Leo, when it went stationed retrograde, was in November. So you can reflect back to what was happening. Sorry, December. You can reflect back to what was happening around that time. It's now about to leave Cancer and move into Leo. And when it moves into Leo next week, it's going to come into an opposition over the next few days, again for the last and third time with Pluto. So there's something that is building. And with Mars moving into Leo, it means that we're moving into a more fiery expression. We may feel things are moving forward again because Leo is it's more fiery. Mars prefers to be in Leo. It's in detriment. It doesn't like to be in Cancer. And it's not a straight line for Mars to move with in terms of its how it wants to take action or how it wants to initiate. There's tensions when it's in. It cannot perform to its optimum function when it's in Cancer. So when it moves into Leo, something wants to move forward, but before it moves forward, it will come up against Pluto in an opposition. So already that tension is starting to shape. And when we look at the chart, we see the moon and the sun in opposition. The sun and Chiron are together. We've got Venus, which is in a conjunction with Saturn, and it's probably going to be there till about the end of the month. So really creating those structures around the Venetian qualities in our chart. But there's a support there because the Venus is supporting the moon, and Venus is exalted. And so look to see where the moon lies, where it's happening in your chart, which house rules Libra, and that potentially has a lot to say about the themes that you're creating structures around, and potentially where you're meeting contention with the other in order to resolve, in order to let go of, in order to move forward. So I hope that shed some light on this, illuminated some light on this interesting yet tricky astrological movement that's happening at the moment. Powerful, uncomfortable, but like I said, the more we can let in those aspects that are uncomfortable, the more we can bring freedom into our lives. So thank you for watching. I'm wishing you all the best with this journey and this new full moon. Bye for now.